Today on Look What Just Found, this is episode 100 and I want to say 39. 139. And we are opening up one of the last older style penny rolls that I have. Like I said, if I knew a bank that had these in them, I'd drive and open up an account and take all of them just for YouTube content. I mean, yes, usually they so far they have tended to be all copper, and I don't think this one's gonna. Wow, I mean, these things are. This is absolutely phenomenal. These are the one, and I saved these. I use these for the AU and the BU pennies that I get because they're just cooler. And on eBay, these older wraps, they're actually expensive. The ones from the federal bank, they want like $2 each. Like if you want your pennies to look like old school, they want. I don't know. I didn't buy them, man. There's nothing. I mean, I put them into flips. I put them into the rolls, but that kind of defeats the purpose to me to spend that kind of money on. Where did I get this from? I hope I got this from the front. I'm trying to stay in order if I can. All right, that's going to be a little distracting. I don't even know what I can. It looks like if I wrote on it, I didn't. I'm going to just switch it around and see if that helps. Put it on the bottom. I'm still waiting for my glove order to come in. I think it should be. Let me just check real quick. I'm hoping it's at the post office. I only have a couple left. So I'm, either I'm going to go there today or I'm not. Track package, shipped to you. Yeah, it's there. All right, good. Very good, very good. It's a pretty. Some people ask me it's funny, right? Because when I wasn't using gloves, everyone said, "How come you're not using gloves?" I see that there on his shoulder. I think that's just post-mint damage. Okay. I see the ring from the 1970. It's not an S. Looks like I have some lamination, something going on. I will put this into our finds. So we have a fine penny. No apparent errors. We have a 69. It's the 69D that usually has the floating roof. Yeah. Another beauty, at least fine condition. So these pennies are worth at least 3 cents a piece. This one, now this is where it becomes a little interesting for me. When they look like this, I have to really check them out, because to say something is in BU condition, it means you could send it to get graded, right? And it's easy to throw that terminology around flippantly. You see, it's true. When you drop a penny, that means you're spitting the truth. And this one is like, I see some of that there. If it's that difficult to tell, I should just put it into the. Let me see off camera. Yeah, I'll put this into the AU. I mean, it's really, really close. And it's the only one I think out of this whole roll. Maybe I will. I'll leave it. I'll leave it below. We'll figure that out later on. Look how thick that rim is. Let me weigh it. That just looks right. What you're hoping is that there's extra metal there, right? Because then it would weigh like an extra gram, maybe. You know, that's what I'm hoping. Rim dent, beautiful condition. Yeah, 315. So it is a little heavy, just not out of tolerance. Half a gram heavy. Heavy. Guess we'll put that with the fines also. So my wife got a kick out of me drinking coffee the other day, and I heard her laughing, and I said, "What's so funny?" Because I could hear she's watching my video, and she goes, "You made that funny noise while you were drinking your coffee." That's for you, honey bunny. Put a little water, little agua chaser. Talk about vintage, huh? Put that with the fines. So, since these are all copper, as it appears they are, it means they're worth at least 3 cents a piece, copper value, right? So right off the bat, you got $1.50 for 50 cents of. I just wanted to look at it again. Yeah, I'll keep this with the fines. For 50 cents of you paid 50 cents for, I paid 50 cents for, and they gave me $1.50 worth of. So I mean, imagine if you went and they said, "Oh, can I take out $100?" and they gave you $300. That's what it, that's what it means basically. Um, if you get a whole copper roll from the bank, they're giving money away. The thing is, nobody cares about $1. Unless unless you need $1, I guess that's number one. But unless you're a coin roll hunter, then all of a sudden, $61D is a bronze cent, right? 60, 59, 60, and 61 are bronze. And you could weigh it. I think it's a little bit lighter, like a drop. Like I don't know what's what I'm looking for. No, not in this case. 311. Um, yeah. Well, I guess that's just an inconsistency. That's all. None of the pennies are interesting looking from this angle. They're just all copper. So I guess that would be the interesting part. Can I put this into the AUs? Yeah, I guess. So that's what I'm saying. If I'm going to call this AU, right? Or something close to that, then I'm pretty sure I can call this BU. Right? But that is just incredible. And this, I mean, it's a little bit beyond fine. It's nice and clean, nice and just pretty shiny. Huh. That's the Y. I'm going to look at that Y real quick. Nothing to see here. Just us pennies. Another one, right? Like I wouldn't put this into the BU row. But I'm not going to put it into the fine row either. It's just too nice for that, And I think somebody, if I said, hey, these are almost uncirculated, they're nice condition pennies, people would be okay with that, How about this one? See, but this one is a little dirty, a little duller. So I put this into the fine. Anyway, it's a snap judgment I'm making. It's a 68. I knew it's a 68. Something about those 68s, man. So many of them have that like polished. It looks like the eyes on the L there. See that in the Liberty? The eyes on the L. See, I'll put this with the AUs. It's not quite the you can't send it out to get graded or anything, but it's in really nice condition. Same thing with this. But this one here, let me look at it. Yeah, I'll put that with the fine. It's I mean, it's really, really close, The thing is, you're always afraid that I'm always afraid. Let me put it like this. Or I'm not, maybe fear is not the right word. Concerned, that if I sell something, someone's going to disagree with my evaluation of something, So I try to be as conservative on my opinions as possible. I'm not sure if anyone's noticed that 64P double diner reverse. Let's check that out. If we have one, I'm saying. Does not appear that we do. I mean, in the E plurius, nah, that could be anything. I'm not going to count that, man. That's too. That would not be conservative. No, I'm going to say no. It's a nice penny. Here's another nice one. Yeah, I put this into the AU. I know automatically it's at least AU just by looking at it. Let me just make sure it's not little rotation going on. They all have a little no, I shouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them have a little bit of a rotation in them. All right, so again, let's compare this one to the one I'm calling BU before. Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, so the one I'm calling BU is like if you looked at these side by side, the one on the left is a little nicer, just a little, but enough to say that this one's going to go with the AUs. It's a nice AU, but I'm not going to put it into my BU row because that's like weak strike on God and we. I'll weigh this one. Even the surface is weird, almost like a lamination error. I mean, it probably is a lamination error, just a weak one. Okay. 313. I have to say that scale is probably one of my favorites. I will hold on to that. As far as a cheapo scale, this one weighs perfectly. You see it? Let me go like this a little bit. You find these, they used to be like $5 shipped. I don't know, probably not anymore, because that's like how much shipping costs. Maybe at a flea market or something like that. Misaligned die. Uh-oh. Is that the one? You see that? Yeah. Slight floating roof. Slight. You see, it's not a good one, though. FG is there, too, so. Otis taught me about the FG, no FG on the 69D floating roofs, but you can see it's heading that way, but it's the D's really that I know. I mean, some people would call this the floating roof, okay? I don't. And that E looks like it has a little doubling on it. You see that? Very little. I'll look at that under the loop real quick. Because it's just, it's just like to me, you're wishing and hoping, you know what I mean? I'll put that with the fines. That's a nice, we've got some really nice pennies here. It's another, see, like, to me, I'm not going to put this into the AU pile, because it's a beauty. It's a real super fine penny. But that's just where it has to go. That's all. Yeah, I mean, I take these all day, and then you just hope for, an error in there, or a wheat cent, or a key variety. That's all I'm doing, It's a pretty simple plan. Put this with the AUs, so you're basically stacking copper, right? They have a lot of these people with the channels, the stacking silver. I said AU. I'm gonna put out the AU. Uh, yeah, it's a little too nice for fine. Stacking silver channels. I'm gonna look at that in the trust, see what's going on up there. So stacking copper. I mean, it's free, man. It's free. I mean, it's a penny. It's close to free as you're gonna get, as far as I'm concerned. And then if this is nice. That's at least AU. I'll put this with the AUs. That's a beauty. I actually have to go through my AUs because I started collecting the AU type pennies months ago, and I bet you that there's some in there that are like, because I didn't have a BU column, that there's some pennies in those rolls that I would consider now to be like gradable. That's a nice misaligned die, and I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna take out the ones that I think are like MS condition, mint state condition, because they don't belong there. That's all. That's all we're doing. We're just organizing our pennies, our copper, our errors, and depending on what your plans are for the day, and for if you have an eBay, or if you're just a collector, right? 66. If there's a double die on the obverse, we have a key variety. So we're gonna have to look at this one pretty close, because it looks like there's some stuff going on in the letters up there, and even in the B, in the Liberty. So we're gonna check that out. That would be really, really nice to find a key variety here. Just by looking at it through the camera, I feel like Possibly. I have to look. I'm not going to, you just, again, you don't want to make something up. See, to me, this is it. I'm going to look. I mean, I said that very quickly. But let me look at it very, very closely, and then I'll tell you what my diagnosis is. So the B has these little marks, right, that look like doubling in Liberty. The T has some marks. I'm not going to say the Y. And then on the top, so what we have to do is, right, because you're talking about a key variety, you're talking about, good money, you know what I mean? So the last thing you want to do is make a mistake and tell somebody that something's an expensive penny when it's not. So we have to look it up and to see what other people are saying is a key variety, right? Okay, so we got a 1966 penny. We're looking for a DDO. So the MS Reds are like 150 bucks, okay? Oh, that one's not DDO. He did not get the designation DDO on this red. Let me see. Let me look at it. That's a stunner. Yeah, so I don't see any of that. Right, so you want to make sure you're not look. Oh wow, look at that one. Let's go highest first. DD no mint mark. DDO rotated. So there's also a rotation. Some of these are rotated. Let's make sure this one's not rotated. No. I just want to see a good one to show you. This one has 30 watchers, and it's funny because I went straight to it because I thought it was pretty good, and I didn't realize it had 30 watchers, and it does. Okay. All right, so check this out. This person's calling this a DDO. Okay. And oh, that is very strong. This is like the one I found last time. Only because of that E, the T, the R, the U's a little bit, the S. Yeah, so that's really, really strong. Well, let me take that back. That's stronger than most. Now let's look at ours and see if we have anything even remotely looking like that. I mean, because the real DDO you want is when the letters, you can see a line with a reflection of the letters. But what I've noticed is that in a lot of these, you're not getting that. So you have to wonder, is that because it's not a double die, right? That's the bottom line. All right, so let me look at this through the loop. I'm going to find one or two good letters that might hit that criteria. Okay, so the U. Oh man, and you know what? I'm gonna have to go with the W maybe. Oh, the D and God also almost looks like a repunched D. Okay, so listen, I'm gonna call this the DDO, right? Because when I look at the other ones that are not, and someone might say, "Oh, that's post mint damage." Well, I don't see it anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? The B might have some DDO. All right, so we got the D there. Look at that. Okay, so that to me, this is what you're looking for. It's not as strong as the one above, but it's also not strong. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the U. Look at the U. Look at the U, the bottom of the U, the S, the top of the S, the top of the T, the R. So I'm going to call this the DDO. And I think anybody else would also. So I'm going to write that down on a piece of paper. Now, the next question I'm going to get is, what's it worth? I don't know, man. You know what? The way they're asking for these, they're asking hundreds and hundreds of dollars for these, right? So what is it called? The key variety? Key variety. You know, I bet you if I put this up for $200 or $300, I would get offers for, between 50 and $100 all day long for it. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I mean, just from this distance, look at the E, the D. That D is really, really sweet. It's funny, it looks a little bit clearer from this, and so is the U. So I would put arrows to those two parts, and possibly the B. Oh yeah, the B also. So, I think I would get like $50 offers on this one all day long if I put it up for like $300-400. That's all. So I'm gonna say, it's easy. It's an easy $50 on top of everything else that I found. Oh wow. So I'm gonna put this with the BU pennies, 75. This is a phenomenal condition. I didn't think there was any. I didn't even see this. I guess from the side, the side's a little duller. That's why I didn't realize how beautiful it was. And pennies like this, they're probably worth a quarter right now. Just because of the condition. So think about it. You find 2 or 3 of these in there. You find a little error. You got $5-10 um, in a row. I'll put this into the AU. Wow. What I'm gonna do is after this, I'm gonna break this video up into 266, another 66. Come on, man. See, this one doesn't. Let me not say that. Let me check this really good. This doesn't have it. This doesn't have it. It's so great to have one to compare to. That's incredible that we found them. Oh, this one looks might be the Woody. Nah, it's just, well, I don't know. It doesn't matter. If you want to see the difference between the two, I'll put the one I'm calling the double on top. Sorry. Look at the U. You see how the one on the top, how smooth it is? Now you might say, "Oh, that's wear." Nah, it's not wear. Because look, it's not. It's nowhere else. And the ones that I see people look at the U. The U's a good example. The S is good. They just look different on like these. I just look at it and I go, "Oh, that's not doubled," because you could tell. And it has nothing to do with wear or anything like that. The face is very similar. You know. This one's just darker. That's all. All right, so I will put the other one. Maybe we'll do a special little video on that. Okay, so let's go to part 2. This is already a half an hour long video on one roll of pennies. Sometimes that doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. God bless. Please click like and subscribe. Go to the next video, please. Watch it to the end, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh, the next one is part 2 of episode 139.